Hello and welcome to the Windows class. This is the short version, kind of like the quick start guide when you open up a new appliance. We'll start with the desktop. As it says, you don't have to observe these suggestions. It is your computer. You can do anything you want with it, meaning that we have not put any software on here that will preclude you from loading or doing anything with the computer. But if you listen to what we have to say, you'll get a free software warranty for a year. Number one, call us before loading software that doesn't come with the computer. We can save you money usually. It's our job to research it. Many times we either find a better product, a cheaper product, a free product, or installation guides that may differ from what the manufacturer had in mind. A lot of times those involve your privacy. It's definitely worth giving us a holler. Number two, use the Opera browser. It's the red O icon. Don't use other browsers, specifically Google Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer. I mean, you can use those, but it's going to be your privacy that's going to be completely sold. Firefox is installed as a secondary browser just in case something goes wrong with Opera and you need to re-download it, for example. See that update and run every day folder? Use it. We're going to get into that in a minute. If you forget how, don't hesitate to call us. All instruction is free. By the way, phones are answered 24/7. You can also text us. Don't let others use your computer. If they break it, it's going to be you that picks up the tab. I always make the joke, what's the best car to throw in reverse at 65 miles an hour? Somebody else's. What's the best computer to destroy? Go to getavirus.com or download the newest malware. Somebody else's. Give us a call 24/7, 513-942-9186. For faster service, you can text this number. You can also contact us through Facebook or email, and we'll get into that in a minute. We're going to start with the Update and Run Every Day folder. We're going to open this up. Do this at the beginning of your session, once you've booted your computer. First thing you do is you go to Windows Update, and we look for, updates. And look, here's a couple. Notice that this has been downloading in the background without our knowledge or consent. That's how Windows 10 works. I'm not a fan of it, specifically because, it'll download and install important things and then leave you running on the old ones. And that causes computers not to ever boot again sometimes. And that means we have to wipe out your whole drive and reinstall everything. So before you get started using your computer, check Windows Update. It'll download, it'll install. Once you're done installing everything and it says, you're up to date right here, once this stuff is installed, reboot twice. Because sometimes one reboot will spawn another install. Make sure it says there are no more updates here. Very important. Number two, Spyware Blaster. This is a program that blocks bad websites from attacking your computer. Most customers are not aware that when they go to a web page, they're going to several websites. And these sites are injected into the page for advertising revenue. This blocks that. It's great. And there's thousands and thousands on here. And these aren't sites you'd go to. These are just sites that are, designed to attack your computer or track it or spy on it. To use this program, you go to Updates, and then you go to Check for Updates. If there were any updates available, you would see a blue line right here saying Enable Protection for all unprotected items. You would click the blue line, not the OK button. Under no circumstances anywhere in this program would you ever click this button. Click the blue line that shows up. If you get this message, we are up to date on this system, just close out of the program. That's it. Malwarebytes is an anti-malware program. The difference between spyware and spyware watches what you do. Malware is like somebody pushing you off a bridge. All you do is you click scan. It's really that simple. If anything comes up on this, don't do anything. Take no further action. Call us right away. We may not be able to get back to you right away, but still, don't do anything. We need to see what's happening so that we can say, hey, here's the process that got it. Sometimes there are false positives with this program that will render your computer unusable or less usable. So if you get anything showing up on this, call us right away. This is the free version. We do not recommend upgrading to the premium version. It puts way too much stuff on the computer, way too many processes, and it goes after threats that really aren't relevant. This is the Opera browser. Once you've done all these three things, it's time to use your computer. Most people want to go on the internet. So we launch Opera. This is called speed dial. Graphical representation of websites that we go to usually. First thing you'll notice is no ads. Second thing you'll notice, when you go to YouTube and click, no commercials. So things just start playing. It's kind of cool. Notice how fast that was. This is on the average about 800% faster than a regular computer and browser. If you want a VPN, you can turn this on. Boom. And you're on. But it will slow your speed down drastically. Give us shoot us a text or a call or an email before you use the VPN. We want to make sure that you really need it, because 99% of customers really don't. This is where you type in an address. If you know exactly where you're going, type it in here. If you don't know where you're going and you want to Google it, type it in here. Definitely do not get in the habit of typing in websites that you know. Let's say you want to add to the speed dial. Let's say you want to bookmark, one of our videos, just for example. Say, hey, here's this cool thing where we shoot up a computer.
Last year we shot
You
AOL series.
click this.
This year we figured we'd shoot a Dell.
And we're going to put it in speed dial. This is the tile that's going to show up on speed dial. You can change this by clicking right here. So I like this one. We'll go ahead and click done. And lo and behold, there it is. If you want to remove something from the speed dial, click the hamburger stack and move to trash. If you want to group a couple things together, like if you want to put all of your shopping or financial or anything else together, click, drag, and when you see that, just drop it in there, and that'll create a group. It's that easy. Twitter feed will be integrated into this one. By the time you get this, it'll have it. Instagram feed and Facebook Messenger are built into the browser. The bookmarks are here, but we like to keep them right here in front of you. Down here is news, and if you start clicking on this, it will teach the browser what kind of news you like. It will not send information out about you. I also want to call to your attention this setting, because this is one of our number one problems. Customers turn this on. Do not turn this on. Do not turn this on. This is handled by a third-party program. If you do turn these on, the two will conflict, and you'll be seeing ads all over the place. And we'll shake our finger at you and said, I told you so. Download Manager. To close out the browser, just click that. Mozilla Thunderbird is a program for downloading email. If you want to download your email, this works pretty flawlessly with most major internet service providers and with Gmail. This is a paid support option with us. If you're having trouble getting your email to download, that is between you and your internet service provider. If you call us, we will have to charge. Firefox is on here as a backup, so don't use it as a primary browser. It will give out information about you to Mozilla. We're not a fan of that. Mozilla Thunderbird, by contrast, is very safe, but don't use this browser. VLC Media Player plays every form of media known to man. It's fantastic. We include it on here for two reasons. One is it plays everything, so you don't have to have multiple players. And two, if a website tells you, hey, you need to download this player to play this video, that's just a great way to hack your computer. You know that site's lying. This plays everything. For people who still burn optical data storage media, CD Burner XP burns CDs and DVDs. Now, if you need help, we may want to remote you. The way we do this is you double-click this. It will give you an ID number, and it will give you a disposable password, meaning the next time you launch the program, this password will stay the same, or will change, I mean. And so you give us this number and this. Ignore this, ignore all this. This ID and password are the only two things that we want or need. Libreoffice is a drop-in replacement for Microsoft or any other Office suite. It's very familiar to use. Here are your recent documents. When you get a few in here, they'll be photographically listed for easy access. It includes a program called Writer, which is same thing as Word. It saves in the Microsoft Word 2007 365 format. You can even add a password if you want, or even encrypt it. But you already know how to use it. Very simple. Spreadsheet. Again, you already know how to use it. By the way, all of these programs will let you output to a PDF, so that's kind of neat. If you like to irritate other people with your PowerPoint presentations, you can do that here. Everybody wants to see them. Close, close, close. Once again, those are interchangeable with the Microsoft format.